All right, here we go. So we have been focusing on legacies. We ended the semester with writing about another person's legacy, thinking about their footprints, the things that they left behind, their, maybe if it's a sports person or an actress or something, their awards, their things like that, their most valuable player or whatever they got, their Grammy or whatever, those things that were what they wanted to be remembered for. Although we did find out a lot about some of them, how they didn't really want to be remembered for that. They wanted to be remembered for their humanitarian service they'd done, giving, starting schools for the poor, those kinds of things. So what we're going to focus on for you guys is writing about your own legacy so far, specifically high school. So what are the footprints? What are, that's kind of like a similar, metaphor for our actual footprints. Like what, as we've walked, I know not literally, but also metaphorically speaking, as we've moved through high school, as we've done things, our choices, our decisions, what we've done, it's all about developing our legacy. And so what we're going to focus on again is our high school legacy. So you're going to write a memoir style narrative assignment that you're going to write about the legacy that you're wanting to leave behind at school. And then maybe you can even add in there what you want to leave in your lifetime. All right, so the assignment that I need you to do first is you're going to, it says here, so be sure you do this one first because it says do first. So you're going to look at some memoir examples. They're called mentor texts. So you're going to look at those and what other people have written just to give you an idea. Not that I'm asking you to copy, but a lot of times when people write memoirs, they include certain things. So I'm just going to, you need to make sure that you're going to look at, so the directions are in this, they're in this first slideshow. You're going to look at there are several different memoirs. You're going to analyze each and answer the questions for at least 3 of them. If you only do 3, be sure to be thorough. You're going to only submit this notes. So these are the mentor texts that you're going to look at. So some things to think about is the typical characteristics of a memoir is it's always in first person. You're writing about yourself, my, I, that kind of thing. It's usually can be very emotional, very honest, and I want you to know I'm the only one reading these, okay? They also rely on a lot of visual imagery and on sometimes use metaphors, similes, that kind of thing. And then their structure is, a lot of times they're broken down into important moments. Okay, and so when I give you the outline you'll follow, you'll see there's 4 separate things. Okay, there's usually specific chapters, like specific journey or a specific thing that happens that they describe. All right, sometimes they use a lot of dialogue, although dialogue can be kind of tricky to use, but if you want to, that's fine. So these are the different memoirs you're going to choose from. Remember, you need to choose 3. All right. So one of them is called Hot Combs, Watermelon, and Hello Kitty Backpacks. So whichever one of these sound interesting to you, I want you to kind of look at it and gives you some ideas. That's the purpose of mentor text, to get ideas. Okay. The next one's called The Body Broken, a memoir. Okay. So this one sounds obviously like something bad happens, and it does. I just want to warn you, like in this paragraph it talks. So this one's How It Feels to Be Colored, me. And the last one is In My Skin, My Life on and Off the Basketball Court. So I'd like you to choose 3. All right, and then after reading through these, if you want to, you might want to look at, this kind of shows you, this again reminds you what's in a memoir. Then here, these are the things you're going to answer. What do you notice? What techniques is the author using? What stands out as powerful, memorable, or unique? Okay, so those are the things you need to address in at least 3. Okay? What you notice, I notice the tone is very sad. Or I don't know, however you notice. What techniques? I noticed they used a lot of imagery. They totally put good pictures. It put pictures in my mind. I was able to visualize what was happening, okay? Okay, what stands out as powerful? All right, so those are the things you're going to answer in the boxes, and then you'll submit. That is the first assignment. Please do this one first because this is going to help you in writing your own memoir. All right, so the next one you're going to do, this is broken up into 3 parts. There's 3 parts to this assignment. There's a brainstorm section, that's worth 10 points. There's, you're gonna write down ideas, write down a sentence or 2, okay, in these separate sections. This is the outline I was talking about, all right? This is gonna help you outline and organize your essay, that's worth 10 points. And then your final essay is going to be at the bottom, and that is worth 40 points. Now, I know here, the rubric here, I know it says 20 points, but I'm doubling that to 40. I just want you to know the rubric here, be sure you read over the rubric. The rubric is for your essay, just the essay part. So just make sure you follow the directions. It's try to be creative and interesting and entertaining with specific details. Again, your conventions, your capitals, periods, that's double scored. The finally thing I've added that's different is your style, your voice. Is it flat? And I'm like, this person is not showing their personality, or is it you're engaging to read? I can tell you care about your essay and your personality shows, okay? Use carefully crafted words. So that's a thing I've added on here is your style. Do I hear your voice? All right, can I see your personality in your writing? So really be sure to check out that rubric. So this is what this is going to look like. So this is the 3 parts. So here's the first one. This is the graphic organizer right here. No, there's 2 graphic organizers. So this first one is there's about 4 things you need to address in this section. What do you want to leave behind here at our school? Just do a bulleted list that addresses those. Because it's going to be hard to list or sketch or draw, okay? Unless you want to print it off at home, draw it on, or whatever. What do you want to, or you could do like a different thing, kind of scatter, like if you've gotten an award, maybe put award, just whatever you want to do. What do you wish to leave behind here at our school? What do you want to be remembered for? At your high school reunion, what do you want people to remember about you? Are you already leaving the kind of legacy you hope to be remembered for, or do you need to change something in your life or attitude for that to happen? So please address those things. And I feel like I don't really care. I don't want to be remembered. Okay, so what do you want to think about in high school that happened? Or what do you want your parents, or what do you want your friends? That kind of thing, okay? We want some effort in here. This is like your memoir. And if you're like, I don't care about high school, then maybe think future. What do you want to work towards to be remembered about in your future? Okay, this is the bulleted list worth 10 points. Then this is the outline. This is going to help you organize it into 4 paragraphs or more if you want to do more. You can put bulleted lists in here. This is like your notes. All right. As you write, remember the memoir techniques that were discussed in the other slide, what the mentor text showed. Think about those techniques and try to use them. So in the first opening, now remember, if you always have trouble with an opening or an introduction, skip it and go to the others first. So you're going to introduce yourself creatively. Oh my gosh. You might start with a powerful inspirational quote or an anecdote. Remember, an anecdote is a short story about yourself, or a simile. Or an anecdote can just be a short story. Anyways, that relates to you. So here's an example. So just put a couple sentences here that remind you what you want to say. Okay. The second one, this is the second section, my footprints. So we're gonna take the reader, take me into your high school journey. Describe where you've been, what you've been up to, who you've crossed paths with, etc. All right? So you can talk about your friends, your teachers, things you've done, activities you've been in, that kind of thing. The next paragraph is my legacy. I'm going to transition into talking about what you want to be remembered for. Okay? What you've learned in the unit, what you've learned about leaving a legacy, use evidence when possible, Okay? So you can talk about that, leaving your legacy. Do you have a question, Nancy? I wasn't sure.
No, sorry.
Okay, that's right. So transition, discuss what you've learned, what you want to leave with your legacy about high school, and even in the future if you want to talk about that. And then the last paragraph is going to be the closing. Wrap up with the final thought. You might even circle back to like the opening, relate to that kind of thing. And then you'll go down here below. I just went to the next page. Down below, that's where you start, and you just kind of take off what I wrote on here. These are just reminders. Remember, at least 4 sentences a paragraph, hopefully more, well, especially 4 in the opening and closing. In the middle, there should be more than that, more than 4. But so just remember those little things in there. All right, so everything is going to be in this document. And you might say, well, I just keep rewriting things over and over. Well, not really. The brainstorm is just to get you thinking. This is helping you write your essay, and then you'll write your essay down here. It's just your notes right here, and then your essay down here. All right? All right, so now I am going to stop recording, and I'll give you guys, I know that we're getting close on time to go. I told you this takes forever to explain. So I'm going to stop right now, recording.